What kind of color? It's probably gonna be like dark red because there's gonna be fire. There's gonna be like imagine some embers, some fire embers, you know, floating around and stuff, which I have to add those as well. Could even take some saturation away to bring out some of the colors that you put in. That's a possibility. Give too much saturation, it looks like complete horseshit. Don't want to do that. Maybe take a little bit away. And sharpening, super important. Maybe for Cinema 4D, I don't know if the sharpening is important. I think it is, because of the WoW textures. You really need to add sharpening to any WoW footage, including the WoW textures, because they're going to be very soft coming out of Cinema 4D, because the textures usually by default have MIP. I don't even know what that means, but Cinema 4D will make them a little bit softer than they need to be, so you can actually sharpen in post. Just do it. Trust me, you will be a very happy person after you sharpen your stuff in post. I think digital, even digital from cameras, needs to be sharpened, like a lot. Skirax says, alright Sai, I'm out. See you later. Alright Skirax, thank you very much again for your donation and contribution earlier. And your intro is cooking, my friend, so you're gonna have that soon. So expect a reply in about 2 days, a day or two, by this weekend. You should have your new intro. And then also, if you donate for an intro, make sure you let me know when you use it, so I can comment and like your video on your YouTube and give you a little shout out on your YouTube channel. Let's give a warming filter on this. Orange, yes! Whoa. So color grading too is like very stylistic. It depends on which culture you are talking to. If you are doing like Call of Duty videos, dude, those kids color grade those Call of Duty videos like what the fuck, like craziness. But they look pretty cool too. They use special filters, like third-party filters, to do that. Me, I go a little bit more subtle with the color grading. I don't really do anything crazy. I usually use curves because I want to adjust the contrast. Exposure is kind of a plugin that a lot of people don't know about. It's actually very flexible, and especially when you're working with a high dynamic range format like OpenEXR. These are just JPEGs, so I'm not going to pull any rabbits out of a hat with exposure. But it's cool. If you bring the exposure up, look what it does. It's not like what curves does. That's different. So keep that in mind. For epicness, I'm giving you all the epic tips. Now you can try them, make them even better. If you guys use my epic tips and you find out something cool, make sure you tell me. Make sure you share back to me. That'd be awesome. Magic Bullet looks, yeah, I like Magic Bullet looks, but I explain why I don't use it. Like, I have it, and I'll show you what it looks like. Magic Bullet looks is amazing, but I don't use it. I only use Magic Bullet looks for the tilt shift effect, their vignette, and the anamorphic. So the only 3 things that I use Magic Bullet looks for. Everything else you can do just the same exact thing in After Effects. Morpheus says, do you want to know my secret for color grading? But then it won't be a secret any longer. But yes, of course. Oh, there's too much grading after the that part. Absentum says manual vignette looks better. There you go, see? Yeah, I think, well, here's the thing. I agree with that. I'm not even going to try to disagree with that. But I can see how third-party color grading plugins like Magic Bullet Looks are very appealing because they do it for you. And they make it very easy. That's their purpose. They don't have that many more effects than you can do by yourself. Manually in After Effects, you can probably do anything, even tilt shift. There's even there's a tutorial on tilt shift in After Effects. You can do manual vignette. You can do, you know, I don't know how to do anamorphic in After Effects, but you can do that. And but it's hard to do them manually. You have to actually learn first. So without learning, Magic Bullet Looks just does it all for you, which is really cool. So I could see the appeal. And I was like that for a while using Magic Bullet Looks, but then I had the render farm issue, so then I was forced to learn how to do many techniques myself. And once I learned them, I just kept doing them. There's no reason to go back after you know what to do. Oh, Red Giant, Mojo. I like Mojo. Yeah, I put Mojo on a lot of my stuff. And Mojo works really well with PvP. Because PvP just like, I don't know if it's, maybe it's has something to do with old school PvP montages and how color grading kind of evolved in PvP montages. But for some reason Mojo, maybe because Mojo is kind of like a battle look. It's kind of like this battle cinema look where there's a little bit of bleaching, there's a little bit of green, like very Matrix type greenish color grade. And there's a lot of punch. It's very contrasty. So yeah, I like that. It just makes sense. Okay, here is where I need to do some keyframing. So I'm just going to keyframe exposure and possibly curves. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean, hopefully I'm not talking out of my ass with that color grading thing, but that's really kind of how I have, that's my, I guess my opinion about it working with this kind of footage. It depends on what kind of footage you work with. If I were talking to like a professional color grader, then they would probably want to punch me for one reason or another, because they've been dragged through hell themselves. But I think it's really not too hard. It's actually, you just gotta simplify it. You think, what is your scene? What are you trying to do with your scene? What is the feeling you're trying to make? Do you want it to be warm? Do you want it to be cool?
at shorty and she do that dance. Throw a glance at shorty and she do that dance. Throw a glance at shorty and she do that dance. Throw a glance at shorty and she do that dance.
Yeah, I like that, Morpheus. I like that. That is definitely sounding like the recipe for success. I'm liking how this contrast is looking. The shadows. So I did ambient occlusion in Cinema 4D, which is going to make it a little bit darker under the shoulders and stuff like that. And then in After Effects, if you add some contrast, even just using a simple curves, then it's going to really darken those shadows and give the character a really cool look. I added some additional lighting to the face specific light, body specific light, and so the contrast pops right there. That's why it looks like that. If you look closely, you see the lights pointing onto the character like that. Alright, let's see what it looks like with the magic bullet looks. So we're talking about it. Let's talk about color. Let's think about it. I might even doing it. What if I? Oh no, bad idea. It's gonna be pretty. Prepare your eyes. Your eyes are going to explode out of your head because you're gonna see many different colors, and they're all gonna be pretty. All right, Morpheus, see you soon, man. Take it easy. Thanks for your input. Thanks for the ideas. Where the fuck is magic? Oh, there it is. Alright, let's check it out. My body is ready. Oh, sweet. Okay. Alright, so here's how it looks. And here's what Magic Bullet Looks will do for you automatically. It gives you all of these presets. Whoa, that looks cool. These are kind of intense. They're very dramatic. I couldn't imagine using any one of these in an actual scene without modifying them a little bit. They're just like too much. And I see a lot of people that are doing like Call of Duty videos and stuff, just using like these crazy fucking filters, just like blowing it up with these, and they're kind of a lot too much. So you can tone it down. Let me find one that looks cool and then work from there. That looks cool. Infusion. Whoa. I think I like it because it has the anamorphic flare. But diffusion is really softening it up too much. Maybe you can make it smaller. There's the vignette, which is very cool. Kind of like makes the edges darker. Dear God, man, what have I done? Auto shoulder. I like how that's right there. After we destroy the whole picture, there's at least an auto shoulder for you. Good luck. Looks cool. It looks cool. It's too much for me, but it's cool. Whoa. Let me go over here and see what it looks like at the beginning part. Whoa, dark. It's so dark. It's actually, that I like.